Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I realized when I did some of these videos before that what it does, it'll have my video, but it won't keep up. So bear with me and just listen to the audio in that case. So today we're going for something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and that is the Wednesday characters. Now, I narrowed this down. They have names on here. Some of them are spelled wrong or whatever, but the names of the characters appear. I have four categories. I narrowed it down. Loathe, these are people who I absolutely hate, as in, like, I really can't stand their character, or they're just plain evil to the point where they go here. I have need more from or has potential. These are characters who we just didn't have enough screen time and character development to really form a big opinion of, or they just didn't have a large enough of an impact. Like, these are characters that I liked them, didn't love them, but I thought they were good characters, but there's room for them to move up. Love, these are characters that I just think are top tier. So let's get into it. Our first character is Thang. They put it the Thing, just Thang. Thang, love. Who would have thought a hand could have so much personality? But Thang really does have Wednesday's back, and I really love the relationship that Thang and Enid form, and then Thang and Wednesday, the way they connect. And the morgue scene was just amazing. Absolutely love it. Thang is amazing and belongs in love. Xavier Thorpe. There were times where I just didn't feel like him and Wednesday had much chemistry, but I think that's just the way that the character was made for this season. So I'm gonna put him in like. Don't love him. He does have a few times where he really is a good character, but I thought he was kind of bland in season one. So I'm gonna put him in like. Tyler Galpin. Oh my god. So I'll be honest with you guys. I did not call that he was the monster. I really thought it was Xavier for a long time. They tricked me. I really did not think Tyler was the monster. And I really, really like him and Wednesday together. Obviously beforehand. And I really, really liked his character a lot. But then after we learned that he's actually the bad guy, you sort of want to put him in Loathe, but I can't. I really like how him and Wednesday uh, go together. I want to put him in Love as well, but I just can't because of the fact that he turned out the bad guy. But the actor is so good at playing the character. So maybe I'll say that I love to hate him at the end at least. So I'll put him in Love. Okay. Ajax, I liked him. I think he's a good guy for Enid and a good guy overall. However, I won't put him in need more from or has potential because the scenes he is in, I like him. And he just seems like a good dude all around. So I definitely am putting Ajax in like. Eugene Ottinger. So being awkward and sort of nerdy, that was my thing. It's more so when I was younger. And Eugene's gonna blossom and turn into this awesome man as he gets older, I bet. But I'm gonna put him in Love because I can relate to the character. I like everything that he's in. He adds to the show a good friendship with Wednesday. I like that they have this like platonic friendship. And Eugene, I think, is self-aware on things. And he gets really excited about nature and insects, biology. I think he's a good kid, so I got to put him in Love. Yoko, need more from, has potential. You hear a lot about her, but we don't really get a lot of scenes from her, especially talking roles. So I would say I can't say I dislike her, but I can't say I like her either because we just don't have much there from her. So I just think that I have to put her in need more from and slash has potential. She does have potential to grow on me, but I can't put like or dislike on her yet because we have so little info other than Enid roomed with her for a short time whenever her and Wednesday had the fight, and that's that. Next we have Rowan. I'm gonna put him in Loathe. He had a very short time. He was made for a very specific purpose, and that was to drive the story forward and start the mystery of the hide that we found out later from Fester. So Rowan is this character who Wednesday actually backs him up during a scene at one point. So you think there might be a chance for them to become friends, but then you learn later that his mom was a powerful seer and she had drawn a picture from Wednesday years ago predicting that Wednesday would destroy the school. However, it was misinterpreted. She thought destroying, but Wednesday figured out she needed to save the school. So part of part of me forgives him for having bad information and misinterpreting, but you shouldn't just because your mom said so, you don't just try to kill somebody. So I have to put him in loathe. Bianca. Okay, at first couldn't stand Bianca. I'll be honest. If we're just going off of like early loathe. But as the show goes on, you learn about like what was going on with her mom, and everything she has gone through. She's a very good character, a badass queen, whatever you want to call her. She is all of those titles. And I think that she deserves to be here because she is awesome. And I think she's going to continue to become better as we go. Next, we have Davina. Need More From has potential. She's a member of the society, like the secret society at Nevermore. And we just don't get much from her. There are some scenes with her there. She's amongst the group whenever they decide to take Tyler back to the shed and tie him up, and Wednesday decides she's going to torture him. Davina's there, so but we just don't get much from her character, and I think there needs to be more done in order for me to be able to say that I really like this character or dislike. There just isn't a whole lot that we're given. Next is Kent. Same thing. He helps Bianca sabotage the boats in the Poe Cup, and there just isn't a whole lot there. So I'm gonna put him in Need More From has potential. Like I said, some of these characters are just like supporting cast, and I feel like those three right there so far, they're all in that role. They're there to round out the cast, and hopefully, we learn more about each of these characters. The only thing we learned was he was loyal to Bianca, helping her out, but he doesn't get much dialogue. When they kidnap Wednesday, she threatens him, but we don't really see a lot of lines from him. He's mostly just kind of there hanging out in the background. So I can't really say that he is a character I like or dislike. Principal Weems. Um, I didn't like her sometimes just because it was almost like she was closed-minded and playing that political game of I'm going to do whatever's best for the school, even if that means going against the good morals. So I didn't really like her from that, but then in the end she turned out good. I can't put love either though, so I'm going to put like. I like her, don't love her. It's sad what happened with her and we don't know for sure. There was no funeral or anything, so we'll see what happens. But Weems is someone who I feel like I liked her at times, I disliked her at times, but in the end, she was a good guy. So I put her in like. Next is Laurel Gates or Marilyn Thornhill. So I suspected her as soon as she did the little double snap and was able to go down to the secret society. That told me something was off with her. She wasn't just this normie that they claimed. They said she was the first normie teacher at Nevermore, and I just didn't buy it. I felt like something was off with her. And the fact that she played Wednesday in the movies back in the day, in the 90s, told me there was something off with her. I felt like she was going to be bad, and it turned out right. I want to put Loathe, but I love to hate her because she does give Wednesday some comfort early in the show, and she seems a little bit genuine at first, but then later you learn. So just because she faked all that, I'm gonna put her in Loathe. The only reason I'm not gonna put Tyler there is because I really thought those two had good chemistry, so he stays there. Uh, Valerie Kinbot. I never really suspected her whenever Wednesday accused her when she brings the music box in and says, "Game's up, Laurel." I didn't buy that that was actually her. So it just felt like she was being falsely accused. And she really does understand and try to help Wednesday as much as Wednesday tries to deny that. So because of that, I'm going to put her in the like category. I really did like her. Joseph Crackstone, bigot, um, trying to get rid of all normies, and he was the founder of Jericho, and just a bad guy. I mean, he literally burned people alive, and he thought he had done so to Goody Adams. So I got to put him in loathe. He's just such a horrible person, and when he comes back with like the resurrection from Thornhill, and you find out their family, he's awful. Probably the worst person to make a statue after. So when his statue catches on fire during the celebration, I just love that. Goody Adams. We didn't get. She helps Wednesday, and we didn't get tons of time with her. But whenever she is there, I really like seeing her. So I'm gonna put her in love. I love this character. I think it was cool to have a historic character, someone from the past, an ancestor who's long gone, come back, and she's also able to save Wednesday. So I have to put her in love. Gomez. I know there was criticism about the casting, but Gomez is accurate to his comic book portrayal, and the actor really did bring a lot to the table when it comes to this character. We didn't get tons with him, but he's a good father, and so I'm going to put him up here because I love this character. Next, Uncle Fester. One of the only times in the show where Wednesday shows a full smile is when her Uncle Fester shows up. We hear all these stories about him. He drinks ketchup. He's just so odd and charming and funny that I can't put him anywhere but at the top tier. So Uncle Fester is amazing. Next up, Morticia Adams. Morticia Adams, the casting for this was spot on. She has some heartfelt moments with Wednesday. They go grave digging together at one point. You find out she was the one that really killed Garrett Gates. So this character is just amazing. And her and Gomez have a deep love, and they're obsessed with each other, and it's like they can't keep their hands off each other. So I have to put Morticia Adams at the top tier. Next, we have Pugsley. Pugsley is, of course, Wednesday's younger brother. And this show I've watched twice, and I've started a third time because a friend of mine wanted to watch it with somebody. And I will say, these characters all do their jobs. Pugsley, I like him. I'm not going to put him at the top because I still want more from the character. There's enough there for me to take him out of this category, but I feel like I need a little bit more for him. I'm hoping he eventually goes to Nevermore as well, but we'll see. Pugsley though gets a like. I don't love him, but I don't dislike him. I like him. Arlene, loathe. She's so fake, and she talks in the famous like the character from Pilgrim role because that's her job. But whenever she catches Wednesday in the museum, I get she's upset, but she just is awful. And then you find out, how the hell should I know? I just moved from Scottsdale a few weeks ago. That was funny. So, but I loathe her. She was fake and just not good to Wednesday. Next is Donovan Gaplin. Now, hear me out. I don't hate this man. He is not one to show much emotion. He's kind of like a lot of cops in a lot of other shows. But whenever he discovers that Tyler is the monster, I felt for him. And there are times where he's just kind of, well, a lot of times he just doesn't listen to Wednesday, but I don't hate him. I got to put him in like. I like him, but I want to see more from him. I want to see him open up more and show his vulnerable side, which I think a lot of dads need to do, but I want to see more from him next season. So I'm putting him in like for now. I'll do another updated one after next season. Next, we have Noble Walker. Now, he played his political role perfect. He was a police officer first, or the sheriff first, then he became the mayor, and him and Weems have a partnership to help each other out. Um, I feel bad for what happened to him, but he's so fake, especially when they do the outreach day. You can definitely tell he just puts on a fake smile and is that typical politician, but he doesn't, and he does cover up stuff, and there's just a lot of bad things he did. Um, I don't think he's truly evil like some like these three, but he does have motives to be bad. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and put him in Loathe. He didn't really like him, but he because he figured out who Thornhill was, and we just didn't. I just wanted more from him. The fact that he covered up what happened, yeah. Lucas Walker, like he's the son of the mayor, and he's kind of like his dad in some ways, but he's trying to be different. He's playing into that political thing for a bit, but not as much as his dad. I feel like he's trying to figure out who he is and like where he wants to go. So I'm gonna put him in like he has potential for me to become a higher up character, but I want to see more. Enid, any only the top for Enid. Her and Wednesday have such a fun, cute dynamic. Enid likes to wear like rainbows and unicorns, and Wednesday even says to her, "Looks like a rainbow vomited on your side of the room." And it's just one of those things where Enid is so joyful into social media, emotional, expresses her emotions, and her mom pressures her into becoming like wolfing out and is trying to push her into these camps, which is horrible. So I feel for her. I really like her character. Her and Wednesday are opposites, and they just work so well together. So I have to put her in the top tier. Of course, next up Wednesday. She goes to love. I can't put her anywhere but there. Best character of the show. Um, or one of the best, I should say. Love this character. Think she's brilliant. I like her quippy comebacks, her wit, her independence, and she grows throughout the show. At the final episode, she actually hugs Enid, and I'm here for all of that. So I liked her a lot. I love this character a lot. Jenna Ortega is the modern scream queen, and she is a one in a lifetime actress. She's so talented. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put at the top people who I liked the most in each tier. So the bottom of this means they're the most despicable. So the most despicable to me in this is Crackstone. So you're the most despicable. So you're most hated. And then after you is Rowan, Gates, Arlene, and Walker. Actually, let's switch these two around. No, technology, right? Okay. I like her just because there are moments where she is nice to Wednesday. With her, she's never nice. And then he's I guess, the most likable within the Loathe. These three doesn't really matter, but because Yoko roomed with Enid for a while, I'm going to keep her at the top. And okay, so my least favorite in this tier, we'll keep Lucas here. Um, Ajax, just because we don't get tons from him. So he's likable, but I can't really. Actually, yeah, he's likable, but I can't really. Actually, no, he's nicer than Xavier is. Xavier is mean at times, but we'll put Xavier here, and then Ajax, and then you, because you are likable at times. You have your moments, and then my favorite in the like category. I'm gonna switch these two, and we'll keep Pugsley. Actually, I like Pugsley more than Weems, especially when they're throwing the grenades into the water. Okay, love. This is gonna be the tough one, guys. So my least favorite in the love category, just because he is a bad guy. We'll go Tyler at the bottom of the love category. I love him as a character, don't like him as a person. There we go. That's the best way to specify that as to my rationale for that. So I'm putting you at the bottom of this tier. Um, just because we don't get a lot of scenes from her, no, she's gonna go here. I feel very confident in that judgment. Um, I do want more from you next season, so I'll put you here. I like him a lot though, but I'm gonna put him there. We didn't get much from Lurch either. That's probably why he's not included. So yeah, Gomez goes here. Um, after Gomez, who goes above Gomez? We are gonna go with Bianca. She has a lot of room to grow still, and I think I'm gonna like her more as a character later. But I'm really coming around on her. Um, Morticia goes next. I like her a lot. She's a good mom to Wednesday. We get a lot from her, and I really like her character. So I'm putting. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll keep it that way. I don't like separating those two, but we'll keep it that way. Okay, top five. This is where it gets tricky. We almost lose Thing and we almost lose Eugene. That was very tough to go through as a viewer because I really like these characters a lot. So I'm gonna do Thing is gonna go here. Really like Thing. As a hand, there's a lot of emotions from Thing. It's really cool. And the note he writes to Tyler, that I wanted to read that. That's awesome that he did that for her. Even though it didn't work out, I still thought it was a sweet gesture from him because he's trying to like help her out with guys. Cool. Uh, oh my gosh, this is where it gets really tough, guys. I'm gonna put Eugene here. I like his character a lot. He's very relatable for me personally, so I have to put him at fourth. He's a good friend to Wednesday. He shows up with the bees. He created quite the buzz at the end of that. That was really good. So I like that. He was awesome. Uncle Fester, you're going third. You weren't in the show much, but in the episode you were in, you were fantastic. I love Uncle Fester. Christopher Lloyd as Uncle Fester was great back in the 90s films, but this rendition of Fester is amazing. So he definitely goes there in third place. And in second place, Enid Sinclair. Love her character. They have that dynamic duo going on and I just think she's awesome. And then when she wolfs out, I'm like, yes. And our final character, Wednesday, of course, stole the show. I mean, really, where else could she be but the top of all these characters? I just love her character, and I think it's because of how talented Jenna Ortega is. She had to play the cello. She had to learn fencing. Um, she can do literally everything. I believe this was she archery. I believe this woman's a badass, and I don't think there's a stronger woman out there as far as like movies or TV shows. So Wednesday, maybe yeah, maybe Elle is up there, but Wednesday is the top of this tier list. And I thank you all for tuning in. Leave me a comment. Who is your favorite Wednesday character? Who is your least favorite Wednesday character? What are your hopes for season two? And what are predictions for the story? Leave some comments and get the conversation started. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day.